Right, welcome to Animal Nonsense. We are going to do our best to make sure each episode is exciting for you, and this episode will be no different to that.
Yes, but feel free if you have any animals that you want us to cover or any questions or any comments or anything, you can always comment on our social media or send us a message.
I'd really love for people to do animal-related questions.
Yeah.
And we could do an episode where we divvy up the questions between us and then we reveal them to one another.
If people have got like interesting animal stories, that would be good. 100%.
So Animal Nonsense, like, join us. We'll have fun.
And recommend us to your friends, because that's really, you know, for a new podcast, that's how we grow, isn't it? Just like those personal recommendations and reviews as well. Okay, I'm going to play you a noise. It's from a movie, but I want to see if you can identify.
Boy, do I hate being right all the time. Keep absolutely still. This vision's based on movement.
Well, it sounded big and resonant and low, so I don't know if is that Jurassic Park or...
Yeah, that is when the T-Rex first makes its appearance. I have looked into the sound design of the dinosaur noises. So there's a guy called Gary Rydstrom, the main sound designer on Jurassic Park, who was responsible for creating the sounds that the dinosaurs make. And they wanted to draw from nature, because obviously it needs to sound like an organic creature. So it's a combination of different animal noises that they've used. Can you guess which animals are in there?
Right, I'm going to begin with a dog, just because I think dogs are quite trainable. And if you could get a dog with quite a low rumbling growl, that might be a useful element.
I don't think that they did use a dog, but the sound designer actually used his own dog, a Jack Russell, playing with like a rope toy, like shaking a rope toy. And that's the sound that you hear when the dinosaur is like shaking its prey.
Oh, so it's like...
Yeah. Like, you know, when they pick up there's a bit where the T-Rex eats another dinosaur, doesn't it? Picks it up and shakes it. That is a dog with a rope toy.
All right, let me guess other animals.
Yeah.
Part of me is wondering if there might be a cow, just because it's deep.
Not for the T-Rex.
A lion.
Yeah, lions and tigers' roars were used in there. There was also an alligator roar.
Is there some link between alligators and dinosaurs?
Reptiles, obviously. And alligators are like prehistoric, aren't they? They're basically dinosaurs. I don't know how they survived and the dinosaurs didn't.
They're very flat. Maybe people didn't spot them.
Also, another aquatic creature. You know when the T-Rex is like breathing, it breathes on the window. That is a whale's blowhole.
How do you record a whale's blowhole? How do you get near enough to a whale to record that?
I hate to say it, probably somewhere like SeaWorld, don't you? There is also an elephant for the high-pitched sound in the roar, but it's a baby elephant, because apparently the adult elephants weren't making very interesting noises, but the baby elephant was like bang on.
Which is like a baby, like a human baby, like a baby probably does make
like
more interesting noises.
I think they did pitch it down a little bit. There's one that you will never guess, I don't think, which is what we're going to talk about today. It's like the least likely animal you would think to make a really sinister sound.
Oh, like a chicken or something?
No.
Like a frog?
It's not a frog.
All right, what have we got?
It's a koala.
I didn't even know they made it. So a koala is used for the sound of a T-Rex?
It's used for the grumbling, like growling noise. The males, especially during mating season, make like a bellow and like a really low growl that actually sounds really sinister. I know they're like tiny little cute fluffy things, but I'm going to play you a clip of a koala.
It sounds like the devil's got indigestion.
It does. doesn't it?
It's really low and lumbering. It's funny, and it feels
such a weird noise.
It's got like the unexpected element, like that bubbling indigestion, but also like it's moving nearer to you.
It's really like rumbling, isn't it? They did pitch it down so it sounds more sinister. You wouldn't expect it from it's very incongruous with the picture of the koala bear.
And I wonder how, like, what the research process was. Like, do you go to like a zoo audiologist and go, right, what animals have you got that make weird noises? And someone went, right, I've got something here. Come to the koala enclosure.
I think Foley artists have such a unique knowledge of different sounds, things that you and I would just hear on, well, probably not you because you're good with sounds, but like would hear on a surface level and not really be able to pick apart. But
and what is a Foley artist?
A Foley artist is someone who creates the extra sounds for film and TV. Yeah, because without them, everything would sound just a bit hollow and a bit superficial. So they will add in the extra layers of sound. So for instance, like if it's a horror movie and there's a door that opens, they'll have like a hinge or something that they'll just open, or things like if someone's getting punched, it's often, they'll create that sound to layer it onto a fight scene and stuff like that.
Oh, right. So it might not always be an animal.
No, for like anything.
I was so intrigued by what you were about to say, because when you said if there's a door that creaks, I was like, what you do is you get a mongoose. I thought when you told me that, I thought every Foley artist was animal related.
But they use like coconut shells for like horses' hooves and stuff like that. And if someone's like breaking a bone or like some flesh is being torn apart, it's usually like lettuce. It's very specific. So you wouldn't just make the sound of rain. It has to be rain falling on a car or rain falling in a forest, or do you know what I mean? Like it's very nuanced.
Rain at a particular time of year or location, or that kind of thing.
Anyway, the koala. What do you know about koalas?
I believe they're Australian.
Yeah, only Australian. And actually, only East Australia they live. The word koala actually comes from an Aboriginal word, which means no drink or no water, because they hardly ever drink. They get most of their fluids from the leaves that they eat.
Right, I'm like, that's lovely. But I mean, it seems funny to name something after what it doesn't do.
I know,
like you might as well call it like no basketball because it doesn't play basketball. It's like no driving because it doesn't drive a car.
Well, they're very well adapted to a dry environment, and Australia obviously is a very dry environment. So their main food source is eucalyptus, which is poisonous to most things. But they have this very clever digestive system which has evolved to tolerate the toxin. So they have these specialist liver enzymes and gut bacteria which break down the poisons. They can eat up to 1 kilo of leaves a day, which is a lot because leaves are very light, aren't they? Like 1 kilo of leaves is a lot.
You're right. If you put that on a plate.
Yeah, like a pile of leaves would barely be like a few grams, wouldn't it?
So they're spending a lot of their, presumably that's quite timely. Like they could gut a tree in a day.
Well, I don't know, but they sleep for like 20 hours a day because their food's like really low in calories, like low energy. So so their food is not particularly energy rich. So they just spend like 18, 20 hours a day sleeping. They do have a very good sense of smell.
I would make a rubbish koala.
You would be dreadful.
I have no sense of smell.
But they use their sense of smell so they can pick the best leaves. So like the juiciest leaves and the most nutritious leaves.
That must take up so they're asleep for 20 hours. They're just trying to get like their day. Yeah. They're asleep for 20 hours. They're spending 4 hours sniffing to get the juiciest leaves.
Frantically rummaging for leaves, eating as much as they can. There's only one species of koala. You know how usually with animals there's various species or subspecies. There is literally just one koala. The closest living relatives are the wombat.
Right, okay.
When I was a kid, like really little, I honestly thought that a wombat was a made-up animal. Just doesn't sound like it should be real.
When I was a kid, there was a rumour that was really pervasive in Portsmouth that cats were female dogs.
What?
So like the dog was the dad and the cat was the mum.
No, I heard you, but just what?
And it was a really like well-known local rumour. Obviously it wasn't true, but it really persisted.
Oh,
and another one that was a rumour that is not animal related, but that was one of the Chuckle brothers was the other one's dad.
Really?
That was a big rumour.
Chuckle Brothers is quite niche knowledge for
all right, so if you don't know who the Chuckle Brothers are, they're like a northern...
If you were a child in the 80s in England, you'd know who the Chuckle Brothers are.
Yeah, there was a lot of, one of them would carry a ladder and the other one would
Yeah,
duck
they were
underneath
like
it.
a goofy comedy duo for kids' TV, weren't they? But they were massive.
Massive for years. They were on
years
TV. It was the
afterwards,
longest
yeah.
running live action children's programme that was scripted.
Yeah.
And
They had the catchphrase, to me, to you,
Yeah.
to me, to you.
to me, to you, and they used to go,
Basically it.
they used to go, oh dear, and then oh dear, and then you would have there was an in the Chuckle video. Right, can I just point out to anyone listening, I did not know that you were about to raise the Chuckle Brothers,
Neither did I.
but as we've opened this, they have a brother who is not one of the two.
Okay.
Who plays
Were they twins? They were twins, right?
No,
Yeah,
the
they were.
little
Okay.
one was older, even though he played the younger brother.
Oh, okay.
So it was Paul and Barry.
But they had matching moustaches. They tried to look as matching as they could.
Yeah, the matching moustaches, and they're from the north somewhere.
Yeah.
I think Rotherham. I'm sure it was Rotherham because they used to support Rotherham Football Club. Anyway,
You know so much about the Chuckle Brothers.
it's the kind of rabbit hole that at some point in my life I've gone down.
Oh my God.
I saw them in pantomime once at the Mayflower, and they were really good. So the one who would be the baddie in Chucklevision, because
Yeah.
each week they would often have a new job.
Yes, yeah,
And
because
so
they
like-
kept getting fired because they were like hopeless.
They were
weren't
rubbish. It's like, oh, so today you've got to paint this hall, and then
Yeah.
hilarity would ensue. Oh, today you've got to bake a cake, and hilarity would ensue. But the one who was always their boss, who was like the baddie,
Yeah.
he's a third brother,
Oh, really?
and he looks nothing like them. He's like a
Ah.
big, like a more hench, kind of intimidating
Yeah, yeah.
looking guy. And so I just like that it really all stayed in the family.
That's funny.
But I'm out of Chocolate Brothers material. Right, back to the koala.
The koala. So they have these big leathery noses. You're still laughing about the Chuckle Brothers.
No, it's just the bit that made me laugh was like you went right back into newsreader mode.
Oh no.
It's just really funny seeing your face because you totally went and then
I do
delivered.
this with work, with acting. I can be like having a yabba, like having a natter, and then as soon as it's ready to go, I just snap back into it. I think I'm just quite used to it.
It's really impressive. So, right.
Yeah, anyway.
And
right.
scene.
Okay. Big leathery noses. They're not sociable animals. They don't live in packs, so they will go off and find their own independent spot. And they are endangered. So the main threats are deforestation, drought, disease. They're prone to chlamydia and habitat loss. And obviously climate change is a big factor in this because the hotter the planet gets, the more fires there are. And there were, Australia's really prone to these horrific fires, and increasingly so. So in 2019 to 2020 was kind of like the worst bushfires in history. So nearly 3 billion animals were either killed or displaced in these bushfires. And koalas, being very slow moving, are not equipped to escape.
And is there anything that can be done to help?
In the aftermath of these fires, the WWF, World Wildlife Fund, raised over £3.2 million to provide like emergency veterinary care for the animals that needed it. Yeah, there are conservation efforts being made. So the Australian government is establishing the Great Koala National Park in New South Wales. It's only for great koalas.
If you're a mediocre koala, get down the road.
Average koala's not welcome. And then logging will be banned there, and they'll be protected. I think being put on the endangered species list, they automatically then get more protections. They've been building koala crossings under roads, which they have actually figured out how to use. I read this quote from Daryl Jones. This is on the BBC website, who is a behavioural ecologist at Griffith University in Brisbane. He said, and this is the most Aussie quote ever. He said, I have to admit, I straight up thought koalas were going to be a pretty dumb animal. They spend most of their time stoned on eucalyptus oil. But that's not the case. This proves they really can innovate. No koala has ever walked under a road on a ledge before in its evolutionary history. And indeed, they were doing it within a couple of months. They were able to learn new tricks faster than anyone had thought.
I wonder if there's like video footage of the koala road.
I think there is, yeah.
I'd love to have a look at
Because
that.
they're sort of like underpasses under roads.
And are they all making that horrible rumbling noise while they're walking? Because
Probably gets drowned out by all like the trucks, doesn't it?
maybe everyone just thinks it's like a really noisy truck, and it's actually
It's like a whole pack of koalas just crossing.
And there's a lot of Foley artists with microphones recording them.
Yeah. There's one more fact about koalas, which I thought was really nice. Dogs are pivotal in koala conservation for sniffing them out, for locating them. So you get detection dogs that will, pick up their scent markings and their droppings and be able to detect where they are so that people can, administer the vaccine and just monitor them, keep tabs on them.
So dogs are really keeping a species alive.
So yet again, dogs are saving the world.
Join us again for more animal nonsense.